This is the Toaster, and welcome to Toasted Minis. Today I'm painting some of my favorite models in the Space Marine range, the Terminators, specifically the ones from the Leviathan box set. I give these guys an all-over coat of yellow over a pink prime and a white zenithal. This adds contrast to the deeper areas, allowing me to get more difficult yellow out of the way and move on to the funner details. I make sure not to pull this in any areas. You only want to tint the model yellow. I also try my best to avoid any areas I'll be painting white later. Not every Space Marine gets to wear a Terminator armor. It's usually reserved for veterans who have proven themselves through decades of combat. Most, if not all, Terminators belong to the first company, so to get their company colors, I'm going to start off with a Ministratum Gray on all their accents. I start off with the Crux Terminalis before moving on to the Aquila. It's said that this houses a fragment of the Emperor's armor. I'm not one to doubt the Emperor, so I'll leave it at that. I make sure to have this color thinned down and apply 2 even coats to reach full opacity. If you enjoyed these tutorials or other videos like this, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out. And after the Aquila, I make sure to get the areas of the gun that I do not want black and the helmet. Next on, I move on to all the black areas on these models, starting with the squishy bits in between the legs and arms, then moving on to the gun. And once this has time to dry, I move straight on to the next step. I give all of the gray areas that I painted earlier that are going to be white and all over washed with Nuln Oil. This darkens the recesses and gives us a tint to work up from later. I make sure not to miss the helmet before moving on to some dry brushing. I hit all the guns with a little bit of any silver you'd like. Now to fill in some details on some of the areas we're making white. First I'm going to start with Eshin Gray, and I'm going to put a thin layer of this over all the lower areas that we want to be white later. I'm only doing this for the white areas on the model itself. I'm leaving the gun alone here as I feel like it has enough detail. To me, the gun's not important. I want the model to stand out. A quick second layer of this same color will take it one step further. Now with that done, we're going to work in the opposite direction. I'm going to start with a Ministratum Gray and bring back some of that base color in. I only want this on the upper sections of all these white areas. Now with Corax White, I'm going to hit the topmost edges to bring out that final edge highlight. This step's going to be really bright, so I'd be sparing with these highlights. It says the Terminator armor was originally developed for brutal ship-to-ship fighting and boarding operations, where heavy protection mattered more than speed. But I don't know if you guys have played the Space Hulk board game. Those guys get tore to shreds. Now I like to make my Imperial fists look like they're in the middle of a battle, so I'm going to give these guys a sponging that Rhinox High did, give these guys some battle damage. You can do as much as you want here, but remember, less is more. If you want to take this a step further, you can take a brush and add in some scratches, and then take some Dorn Yellow and get the lowermost areas of these spots. This will really make them pop. But for my rank and file, I'm going to skip this step. Remember, you can always do it later. I'll go over basing in another video, so for this I'm going to go skip ahead and go ahead and glue these guys down. Next I'm going to go ahead and start with their eye lenses, starting off with a Warpstone Glow. After that step's done, I'm going to go ahead and paint the sergeant's helmet red because I completely forgot. We're going to go ahead and hit any purity seals while we're at it. If you want to see a video on how I painted the power sword, click here. Finally, we'll do the paper of the purity seals, give these guys a black base rim, and call them done. Oh, and I can't forget, here's the cat tags, just before the big reveal. And that's about it. I'll see you in the next one.